3 months had passed, now still feeling the intense rejection from the whole Superman incident. I knew this was part of my business, but sometimes the self-pity could just pile up and wear me down. Nevin, my agent, called. "Kevin, Nevin here. I have a role that is perfect for you. It is a TV movie about Hercules. 4 of them, actually. I am sending the script to your apartment now. Check it out and tell me what you think." Hercules? What, from Superman to this? I laughed. I was a reasonably big guy, tad over 6'3" and 220 pounds at the time, but I figured they would need a guy who was 280 pounds of no-neck steroids to play the legendary half-god, half-mortal, the strongest man in the world. I thought about it for a while and then picked up the phone to chat with Beverly.
"I was just going to call you."
Although she didn't exactly scream, she always had full-on cheerleader enthusiasm. Just add megaphone. "Bev, really? First Superman and now a Greek god? I am not in the mood to go through this, especially since you know they want some bodybuilder on the beach dude. I'll be wasting my time." Beverly kept her cool.
"Kevin, I read the script. You will love this. Just go in there and do what you do. Universal is planning on shooting 4 made-for-TV Hercules movies, and they are going to New Zealand. Remember what I told you when we first met? I told you Australia, I know. New Zealand is close enough, though. I am right about these things, Kevin. I know."
Silence. Deep breath. "Sure, Bev," I said. "I will go in there and kick some butt." The actors in the waiting room at Universal Studios in Burbank ranged from skinny, wimpy dudes to guys much bigger than me. That gave me a little relief, actually, because I could see the studio didn't even know what it wanted for this part. I determined to do my best with the sides, script pages, that, though no great tribute to Shakespeare, were meaty enough to dig my teeth into. There were 2 scenes, and they asked me to read both of them. That was a good sign, so I drove home after the audition. I called my manager and agent, told them it went well, and then forgot about it. As usual, it was a crapshoot. 2 weeks later, I got a callback. Callbacks indicate you've done something right. I showed up early at the same casting office, only to discover even more actors of every type waiting to audition, and no one I recognized from before. Clearly, they had no idea what they were looking for, but at least I was still in the running. My confidence intact, I performed the sides again, said thanks, and left. I got another callback a few weeks later, then another one a few weeks after that. This went on for almost 3 months. Usually by the 3rd callback, you are testing for studio executives. After that, it starts feeling weird. I had 6 callbacks on this role, and during the last 2, the room was filled to capacity with all the studio and producer suits, but we still had not negotiated any contract. I was frustrated and sure I was wasting my time. "I see the script hasn't changed, but is there something you'd like me to do differently this time?" I asked politely. One of the producers answered, No, Kevin, you're great. We liked what you did before. We just need to see it again." It began to seem like an elaborate hoax. Perhaps there was no role at all. Months after my first audition for the role, we negotiated a deal. That seemed like progress. Finally. The 7th audition was the studio test, with signed contracts. There were 5 of us still in the running, which had been narrowed down from the initial 2,500 who auditioned. After I performed the sides, a female executive suggested that it might be good if they could see me without my shirt on to see what kind of shape I was in. I made some flirtatious joke about a woman wanting to see me with my shirt off and asked all the men to leave the room. They all laughed and stayed. My physique was my most obvious asset, especially in the commercial world, so I was not shy about my body. When the shirt came off, I could see a uniformly happy reaction from the 10 nicely dressed executives. But it did feel strange to be the only shirtless man in the room. "Would you be willing to shave your chest and stomach?" one of the producers asked. I am not her suit, but I do have man cover on my front. I told him I would consider it, although I don't think Hercules would have been clean shaven, I pointed out. I mean, when would he have had the time for personal grooming? More laughter. Then they all thanked me and I left. For days, I heard nothing. Not a peep, and no one knew anything when I called for feedback. After several days, I let it go entirely. That's show business. A few weeks later, on September 24th, Bev and Evan conference called to wish me a happy birthday. I was in Vancouver, British Columbia, filming a guest spot on the set of Stephen Cannell's series, The Commish. "We have a special birthday present for you, Kevin." Nevin sounded nonchalant as usual. "Oh, really?" I answered. "What is it?"
"You, my friend," countered Bev, "are the world's next Hercules."
The phone was silent for what seemed like a very long time.
"Kevin?"
Bev asked tentatively.
"Are you there?"
Then that buzz surged through my veins again. I let out a solid yell. Woo-hoo! They laughed. "Now what? What's the next step?" I asked, half afraid that this too would vanish the next day.
"You start training the day you get back from Vancouver, so get ready," Nevin said. "You'll be training with Douglas Wong, one of Bruce Lee's original students, for all the martial arts and fight prep. And you'll also do some intensive horseback riding work. This is going to be part of Universal's action pack, Kevin. They have 4 other shows they will be shooting at the same time, packaging them all together in a rotation of airings on TV. Trust me, this is big. It's a new genre, action television. The studio is really going to promote these. Congratulations. It's perfect for you," Bev added. I was smiling big. A year in New Zealand. I got the part. I walked back on the set of The Commish and looked around. Nothing had changed, but everything looked different to me. American shows filmed almost exclusively in the United States and Canada. I reflected on Bev's unlikely prediction with awe and a new sense of appreciation for her. When I got back to L.A., I was booked into a 6-week action hero boot camp, and the rest, as they say, is history, with a little mythology thrown in.